had a really rough morning. Still teary-eyed about it. I did go to the gym, but then I came back and I had just wanted to talk about it. I felt like such a failure, and I want you guys to know that you're not failures. So I just want to read a little bit of what I wrote down so you guys can understand. You gotta love that little potty back there. Okay. But I just want you to know that you're not a failure either. So feeling like a failure, you say to yourself, I failed as a mom. My child, he's screaming. He just yelled at me. I put him in timeout. He stayed in timeout. He did a really good job. But then after he's done with his time, I take him out of timeout and I get eye level with him to tell him what he did wrong and say what he's supposed to do and not to yell at mommy. In the middle of me saying not to yell at mommy, he smacks me right in the face and yells at me. And I'm like, did I fail? What did I do wrong? I put him in timeout. I talked to him at eye level. I tried to explain to him in smaller terms for him to understand, not to yell at me. And this, you go in timeout when you yell at mommy. So this point I want to walk away. I want to just let him go play. I'm going to go on my phone. I'm going to go look up a million things on Pinterest of what I can do differently, what I did wrong. Or maybe I'll just forget the whole thing happened because he's 2 years old and he's learning his emotions. He is trying to communicate with me with his frustrations. He doesn't really know the language for all of that. And he was pissed. He was pissed at me because he didn't want toast and he didn't want me to cut his apple up. This is where this all stemmed from this morning, is those two things. Didn't want his toast and didn't want me to cut his apple up. And that turned into me feeling like I failed today. And I just want every mom out there to know and understand that this struggle is real and we are not failures because our child decided to smack us in the face, scream at us, throw a temper tantrum in aisle 6 at Target. Doesn't mean we failed. It means that they are 2. It means that they are 3. It means that they are just learning their emotions. And yeah, when I'm feeling like a failure, where do you go from here? You have to move on. That moment sucked. It was a sucky morning. That was a sucky 2 to 10 minutes out of my day. And I am not a failure because of it. What I could do instead of feeling like a failure is maybe walk away, turn on some music for myself, make sure he's occupied somewhere else. I can play basketball with him. My son loves to play basketball or play catch or roll the ball back and forth. I could chase him around the house and get his mind off being so frustrated because I'm frustrated, so it's bringing it back on him and he's frustrated. So sometimes a simple, running around playing tag works. If you don't want to do that, just make sure to say again, you are not a failure. And maybe you need some time alone because that was really frustrating and you have a lot of emotions yourself going on. Put your child in a safe environment, give him some toys, something to occupy himself. I don't care, give him an iPad and put on cartoons on the TV. Do whatever you have to do so you can snap out of it and realize that we are not failing as parents or as mamas or as dadas just because our kid had a meltdown over toasted apples. And go do what you got to do. Take a few minutes to yourself. Come back recharged and just know that you're amazing. And raising little human beings is hard. And some days can be really trying, but it doesn't mean you failed. It just means they didn't want their apple sliced up and they didn't want toast for breakfast. That's all that it means when they're pissed. That's it. We didn't fail. So I just want you to know that you're amazing. You're doing a great job. And I love you guys. I hope you have a great day. And I hope you can get over these wonderful parenting moments like I'm trying to. Bye.